Hey, Shani from SpeedCubeView.com. Let's go over the 5 most influential cubes in cubing. Now this list is just the 5 cubes that I feel are most influential. You might definitely have a difference of opinion, and if you do, leave that in the comment section below. Now these are cubes that have really influenced the way cubes are today, not just ones that were kind of good. Number 5, the Dian Gu Hong. The Dian Gu Hong, please ignore this color scheme. The Dian Gu Hong was pretty much the first cube that people claimed could reverse corner cut. The first one that really did a pretty good job at reverse corner cutting. That was something that really almost seemed impossible back then. And the Gu Hong made that work. Because of this design, pretty much all cubes today kind of have that same similar idea. One thing you'll notice is the corner pieces, the way they're curved, allowed for that reverse corner cutting. And you see that very much today with all modern puzzles. Number 4, the Yushin 5x5. Why the Yushin 5x5? The price. The Yushin 5x5's price was extremely cheap. It was pretty much half the cost of the other major 5x5s, and because of that, it became the automatic one to get and made everyone else drop their price. If it wasn't for the Yushin 5x5, we'd pretty much still be paying 50 bucks for a 5x5 puzzle. Number 3, the V-Cube 6 and V-Cube 7. Now the reason is, these were like the first ones to make that happen. These were the first ones to really make that 6x6 and 7x7 design possible, and really anything after that. Pretty much all major big cubes are based off of these designs or have a similar premise to it. The argument could be, will people figure that out without these have existed? Possibly, but this is what really made that happen. Big props to V-Cube 6 and 7 for making big cubes possible. Number 2, the Guanlong. Just like the Yushin 5x5, this was a super cheap puzzle that was pretty decent. A few years ago when this was released, some people seriously considered having it as their main, using this over the Zanchi or even the Guanlong. Just the light feeling and the pretty good performance made this work, and it showed that the price of a puzzle does not mean the quality of how it performs. Now before we go to the final one, I'm going to give a runner-up to the Moyu Guanlong. This did not make the cut because although it's a good puzzle and really pushed the way for new modern puzzles, it didn't really influence too much about what was coming up next. There was a good design, had some corner twisting issues, but it was a good design, but it didn't quite make the cut. Number 1. The number 1 most influential cube in cubing is not the Zanchi, the Dian Lunhui, if that's how you pronounce it. The Lunhui was the first Dian cube to have torpedoes. It was not actually the Zanchi. This predated the Zanchi by about 3 months, and this was the first one to have torpedoes in it. Torpedoes, if you look at the way the pieces interlock, you can see it kind of looks like a torpedo. Nowadays, they don't really look like that. They're just little flat ridges that help hold the pieces together, but the Dian Lunhui was the reason for that, and you pretty much don't really get ever any pops anymore on 3x3. It can happen if your tensions are loose enough, but this is the reason why we don't have popping as an issue really anymore. So those are my top 5 most influential cubes in cubing. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and as always, stop by SpeedCubeReview.com for more news and reviews.